Yes, my lord, I would like to comment.
Thank you.
So, firstly, my lord, it is not true, and I can put it strongly to say it's a lie, that I went to Simpiwe Buthelez's house. I don't know it. Standing here today, not that day when he was picked up, no, even after we were trying to obtain the certificate. So I do not know his home residence, and I was not part of that team. Secondly, my lord, with greatest respect as well, my lord, it defies logic to me in saying you find a person in KZN whom you can see is not in a good state, health-wise, mentally. And the only reason you want to engage with this person is to take a statement, but you decide to actually drive this person all the way from KZN to Pretoria to do the same exercise. Why not take a statement in KZN if that was the case?
So that buying a phone also.
I was coming there, my lord.
I see.
Yes, I was coming there, my lord. So I wanted to deal with it in point forms as they were put to me. There might not be in a proper sequence, my lord.
Well, if it is not my lord descending into the arena, did Advocate Ngomezulu, the late, may his soul rest in peace, not caution you about your tendency to descend into the arena? And here you are forgetting your role as a judge, my lord, and therefore you are now responding with regards to the cell phone? And Gininda says, oh no, I don't need your help, sir. I am more than capable of responding to Umnisi and his client, accused number 3, all on my own. I am getting to that. I am not there. And my lord says, oh, okay, I see. Yes, sir. I don't know who needs to tell the judge, but he needs to learn to just listen. Listen. He is one person who has the right to listen and judge, okay? The rest of us, we're just out here just listening, okay? We're not judging. But Gininda is not a happy camper, okay? He is not a happy camper, but he says something with the greatest of respect, of course. He lets us know that it defies logic for him to go all the way to KZN and then decide to drive the person to Pretoria? Wow. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Why would he do that? Why was he taken? Because the witness, the secret witness, is coming, okay? And this secret witness says they took him and they bought him a cell phone as well. They took him over there and then they came back. So why did that have to happen? I believe it was a scare tactic. I believe it was an intimidation tactic. I don't know, but let me know your thoughts. But while we're still talking about KZN, finally a Zulu man I can hear. If you understood Mr. Interpreter over there, the brand new interpreter, let me know how you think he did on his first day at work, sir. He did the most, okay? I could now open a Zulu channel just because, you know, his interpretation is just amazing. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How did the brand new interpreter do? Type a 1 in the comment section if you're saying finally, okay? Finally, the Sons of Mayweather trial had somebody interpreting, and I love his flow. I love his inferences. I love how he's really on the ball. He's taking it, and I believe now, especially those who follow the isiZulu portion, that they can now follow it, the case for what it is. Oh my goodness. Let's continue listening on.
Secondly, thirdly, my lord, maybe let me not put the sequence form. With regard to the cell phone, perhaps let me start with the statement. My engagement with Mr. Buthelezi, my lord, resulted in this affidavit. And this affidavit, which is A158, that's the one we're referring to, collaborators, as I've said, the part that implicates accused number 3 and 4. Now, what will be the purpose of giving him a phone, let alone the illegalities of it? What will be the purpose? Because after this statement was given to me, my lord, there was no other reason or engagement I had with him. He collaborated this part, the statement was filed in the docket. All that we were waiting for was for him to consult with the state as and when the matter presumed. There was no further engagement from me. So I don't understand why, firstly, will I, be it my team in my presence, utilize a cell phone at the state's expense for what purpose, my lord? It's not allowed, but it also defies logic. For what purpose? Because our engagement, my lord, as I've said, it is insofar as Sergeant Mohane is involved, and I was not there when he dealt with him, insofar as the Marikana cases with accused number 2. When I came across him on this specific date, he disposed this affidavit, and our relationship ended there, my lord. Nothing else had transpired. Further, my lord, and it's something that I can, if advocate needs me to pursue so that we can deal with facts, I'm prepared to do that, to approach the State Correctional Services that is referring to and really establish as to whether this person was released on parole due to mental conditions, because I've never had such. My understanding is that if a person if that had to be the case, because of the mental condition, he would have been referred to the mental institution. I've never heard a government department throwing someone on the street who is not mentally okay, because in essence, that's what it means. He's incarcerated, there's mental problems with him, and then he's then released to get what medical attention, my lord. I've not heard of this. And that is why I'm saying, with greatest respect, perhaps, because this is his instruction, it's what he's been told, we can, and I'm willing to do that, to pursue this correctional center and really find the records, because the records should state that indeed he was released for mental condition. But I doubt very much, and I must say that with greatest respect. All I can say, my lord, is that when I engaged him, I did not see any signs of him being mentally disturbed. We spoke to each other, and indeed, Mr. Mnisi confirmed that he knows accused number 3 in particular, because what Advocate Mnisi said about accused 3 with Mr. Simpwe Buthelezi, it's what the same person says, that I know accused 2, 3, and 4, but I'm more closer to accused number 3. And in this statement, he says, we come from the same area in Wanongoma. So how could this person be mentally disturbed? Because I didn't know him, my lord. So this information came only from the deponent of this statement, because this assertion was not told to me at that stage. The only person who told me this, which is now confirmed by accused number 3, is the deponent. If this person was mentally disturbed, how did he know this information, my lord? Lastly, my lord, if you read this statement, this A158, one will see, if it was to be read on record, my lord, that this person was on his clear senses and sober senses, my lord. That's the impression I got. I didn't get any other impression until this statement was concluded. And if you read what he says, my lord, it's of a sound mind person. Only a sound mind person can dispose, in my view, in my observation, and I'm talking to the experience that Advocate Mnisi referred to. So I did not get this assertion that he was now mentally disturbed, my lord. Lastly, my lord, the last aspect, perhaps, I think it's important because it also relates to the cell phone. If one look at the preamble, this is now paragraph 1 of his statement, he gives his cell phone number. So meaning he had a cell phone, my lord. And I'm talking to this issue that he was now given a phone, bought a phone. If you read his statement, the first part where he identifies himself, he mentions a specific number as his cell phone number.
Sorry, just maybe we should have cleared this up before. Was Sergeant Muhammad, was he part of the group?
I think, my lord, he was.
That went to...
Yes, to Nwanongoma.
Yeah.
Yes, to pick up this Simpwe Buthelezi.
It's her then, eh?
No.
It's not you.
No, it's the guy. This is the lady.
Sorry.
The man, yes.
Oh, it's the guy.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Mnisi. There's a challenge for you.
Excuse me, madam.
There's a challenge issued by the brigadier. You're not responding to it. The challenge, if Mr. Mnisi will agree, I can take the particulars and go to the police station to go and investigate whether in fact accused number 1 was released on medical parole, because these records...
No, not accused number 1. Not accused number, I think the witness, the SMP.
The witness, sorry. The witness, not accused number 1.
Yes.
The witness MP.
Yes, my lord. As it please the court, my lord. If it's a challenge to me, then I'm going to respond by saying I'll have to take instructions from our instructing attorneys. I cannot as of now take a decision that Brigadier Gininda should go there. We're very cautious. We are going to to the papers, but I'll have to take instructions in that regard.
Not from the attorneys. I thought you... Oh, okay, fine. I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you.
Yes. The court would note that I am only a creature of instructions here. Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sergeant Mahola was in the court again? Not only was she in the court, as in aka Judge Rata, saw her, identified her, sees her, and everything is okay for her to be in the court? What if she had to be recalled again for this moment in time? She's already heard everything. Wow. Well, we heard the brigadier. It was long, okay? It was long. Long winding explanation, his response to the 7 points that the 7 points that Mncube gave Mnisi to tell the brigadier. And let me tell you something, take a look at the 3 musketeers throughout the video. That is accused number 1, no, accused number 3, 4, and 5. They are not there chit-chatting today. Today is not a chit-chat session. They are not on holiday. They are there paying attention. It's like a tennis match. Their eyes are going left, right. Okay, Nisi's talking, right. And then Gininda's talking, left. And then what is Gininda saying? Sticking their eyes on Gininda. It is crazy. It was like, what? Wow, what a day. Gininda went on and on and on and on. Basically, he says, you know what? Everything that accused number 3 is saying or alleging is false, okay? And this fake witness is fake, okay? It is just hearsay, makes absolute no sense. And you know what? I am even willing. You see, a person who offers services when unasked for. I'm not speaking with regards to Gininda. I'm just saying in general. Pay attention to somebody who wants to go above and beyond to prove a point when nobody has asked them. pay attention to their behavior because they want to seem sincere. I'm willing to go to the prison parole services. Who said Mnisi hasn't gone and done that already? Who says they don't have the parole release papers? But we know you don't need anybody's permission to go there. We know you don't need nobody's instructions to go there. We know maybe Mahola's there taking notes so she can, assign a member to go do it. We know. How do we know? Because you told us before. You told us after Ngome Zulu mentioned the doctor, you went all the way out searching for the information high and low. You couldn't even find him. I have to pause to process this because this is not what I expected from 2025. This is not what I expected. But yep, he's willing to go to the parole to find the information. The family obviously has the information. And they probably gave it to Mnisi. I don't think Mnisi would have said it did he not have the proof or know for sure that is the case. I mean, I don't say things on my channel unless it is public knowledge or it's something that I can verify. Do you know what I mean? But I'm concerned about Gininda. He's a lead investigating officer, but his investigation skills leave a lot of room for concern for me. But let's continue. Giningi. Okay, type Giningi in the comment section. I see you guys, you're sneaking in the tsima. Have you noticed I haven't said that yet? Oh no, do not tsima at all. We want to hear it all. Leave it all on the table, Nisi, please. It is so shocking. It's shocking information to process. Shocking. I mean, are we still in the Senzo Meyiwa trial at this point? At this point, what trial are we in? Because we have gone way past who killed Senzo Meyiwa. But wow. Okay, let's go back.
Thank you, my lord. Now, Brigadier, you saying, soon after you took his statement with a view to try find corroboration of whatever nature that you wanted to find, then you had nothing to do with this person. Is that what you told this court?
My lord, yes, that's what I said. But perhaps let me just go back to the part that Advocate Mnisi responded to.
No, but my question, Brigadier, understand, is that what you said? And then you said yes. Then you'll have to wait for me then to answer you a question. If there is something that you want to go back to, you will have to discuss that with Advocate Baloyi in re-examination. Do you understand? Alternatively, you've got to request an indulgence from the court. And the court says, no, it's fine, you can revisit what you want to revisit. Because court is the manager of the proceedings. Do you understand? That's how it works in court.
No.
Yes.
My lord, I understand how the court works. And my understanding, my response, or what I wanted to say was in relation to what Advocate Mnisi said. And I don't mind asking the court a permission to respond to what he said, because the question put it to him as to whether he's up to the challenge. And his response was to an extent, and that's the part I wanted really to deal with, not the other part. When he said, because I took exception to that part, when he said he's not certain as to what will happen to the documents if they are picked up by me. So I'm reading it differently, and that's why I wanted to deal with that aspect. Taking instructions from his attorneys, I don't mind. But when an assertion is given as if documents, when they are taken by me, they will come up, because that's how I'm reading it differently than how they were obtained. I think it's a serious indictment, my lord, and that's why I wanted to deal with it, and I take exception in that regard.
Thank you, Brigadier. I won't dwell in that. That is how you interpreted it to mean. I'm in no control of your mind on how you interpret things, but nonetheless, you answered my question by saying yes. After you took his statement, then you had nothing to do with him. Now, my follow-up question to that answer is, would you not have liked him to come and repeat what he said in the statement that you are alleging that you got from him, rather than to have nothing to do with him?
I'll deal, because it's a twofold type of a question. Let me deal with the last part. Yes, I think any IO, my lord, when you obtain evidence or statement from witnesses, you will want such people to obviously come forward and tell the court what they've said to you, my lord. That's the first part. The first part, my lord, to say I had nothing to do with him, I think it must not be read in the context of saying I discarded him. I meant we met, he gave me the statement that corroborated what was contained in the confession. From that time up to the time that he passed away, my lord, there was no reason for me to engage him. And that is why I'm saying there would have been a time for engagement when the state advocate says, I want to consult with this person. Or if out of this investigation, something necessitated me to go to him, of course, my lord, I was going to go to him. So I'm not saying I discarded him, I had no use for him. I'm saying for the purpose of what I needed to do, I obtained the statement, it was corroborated, and I carried on with other investigations. Sorry.
Was he subpoenaed as a witness?
No, my lord. By the time we wanted to consult, even at the consultation stage, he had unfortunately passed on. So when we said when we said with Advocate Baloyi to say now, let's look at these witnesses, because it was around that time when I discovered the purpose was to get to him, arrange a consultation with the state advocate, and that's when we discovered that he passed on.
When did he pass on?
My lord, one will have to get to his death certificate, my lord. I'll look for it and then give the court a specific date. But we have a death certificate.
Thank you, Brigadier. Maybe before we attend to you, then now realize what interpretation does. Because to me, it sounded like it had nothing to do with him. That was my interpretation. The same thing goes to what I said initially to you with regard to the papers. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Maybe attend for lunch, my lords. Thank you. It's already 1 o'clock.
Yabonga ke ummele futhi uyasho ukuthi ngendlela ke ayizwisise ngayo ke iyehluka nendlela kade akhuluma ngayo ke umfakazi okhona phambi kwenkantolo futhi ecela ukuthi inkantolo manje isidedele ukuthi sihambe siye kwisidlo sasemini.
Okay.
And there we have it, the lead brigadier, Bongani and Nicholas Gininda, catching feelings when Mnisi says, nope, I am a creature of instructions. I cannot instruct Gininda to go forth and consult with the parole services. We are not there right now, okay? We are not there. We're just still trying to just finish up this case right here. But, you know, Brigadier Gininda caught some feelings with that. He caught some feelings. He made some inferences. Now, you know, Gininda's entire investigation relies on his opinion, his conclusions, his collusions, his inferences. But we see here how he made a costly mistake with the inference that Mnisi said he cannot trust him with documents. He mustn't be the one who goes directly to parole services, and because the documents will be altered. When did Mnisi say that? I tried to rewind in here. I must have missed it because, you know, for one, I am one. If I had picked it up, I'd comment on it. I didn't hear that. So how did Gininda pick that up? How did Gininda invent that entire storyline? And let me tell you, he went on, and he says he takes exception. Okay, Nisi told him, you can't just be talking anytime you want. And he says, no, I'm not happy with what you said. It's offensive. I take exception, and if I have to ask my lord to speak, I will do so. I will ask for the permission, because Nisi had said, if you want to add anything else, you got to do it in cross-examination with Baloyi. Okay, once I ask a question, we're moving on. Okay, it's a fast-moving pace, sir. And he says, oh my goodness, no. Gininda was so offended, which was highly hilarious, if I might add, only to find out, again, he has egg on his face. He made a wrong inference. So if he could make a wrong inference in court, and we're watching it live, what more in his tiny little corner where he's making his tiny little rules? Those are the words of Nisi. I'm not the one who said it, okay? In his tiny little corner, making his own little rules, and then now he's making inferences. And Nisi points it out at the end, and he says, you see what happens when you make assumptions and perceptions. You see what happens because, you know, Gininda clarified what he meant by I had nothing to do with him. Judge Rata wants to know if at the time Simpiwe was subpoenaed to be a witness, and Gininda says, well, we were going to. We were still at the consultation stages, and then he died. Now let's talk about the cell phone. Because Gininda said, if somebody has the statement, if you look at the statement, this is his inferences again. If you look at the statement, Simpiwe Buthelezi wrote his phone number. So if he could write his phone number, that means he had a phone. I can't believe he said that. I cannot believe he said that. We don't know what kind of phone you bought him. We don't know what kind of phone he had before you bought him a phone. Maybe he also needed airtime. We don't know the details. But for you to say the inference that if somebody gives you a phone number, therefore they have a phone? Did you record the phone? What if the phone belongs to the witness, the secret witness? What if the phone belongs to a family member? Because, he's mentally challenged. I don't know. This is incredible. But You already know. Let me end it here. Don't want to make this video too long, and then we'll be back with the rest of my commentary as we move on to after lunch yesterday. What happened over there at the Pretoria North High Court? Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be waiting. Bye.